We made up our own Pokemon game, and here's how you play it. 3 things to know about this game before we get started. First, this is a great game for kids that love the cards but don't know how to play the TCG yet. Second, it's also a great way to help kids learn math skills. And lastly, it's a way to use these cards that are kind of cheap EXs and V cards that you may have lying around and you have no idea what to do with. This game works best with 2 to 4 players, but you can go up to 6 or even more. Just know that the rounds are going to take longer the more people you add. I have 3 decks here. Each player should have 20 cards to shuffle up and use. They should be mostly made up of EXs and Vs to start off. Each of these 3 decks has 10 just for this example. You can't have more than one of these cards in your deck, so you can't have 5 Exeggutors, 10 Greninjas, or 20 Urshifu VMAXs. So when you first start off, you would shuffle up your 20 cards and then deal 10 cards off of the top. Each player would take their top card and slap it on the table. This is similar to the playing card game WAR. I'm not going to say it out loud or just spell it because algorithms. And I've essentially named this game Pokemon Slap. I'm not sure if I'm the first one to create this game, but that's what I've named it, and hopefully you like it. You're going to want to look at 2 areas of the card: the total hit points and the total amount of attack. Not just one attack, the total amount that you would have down here. So for example, this Greninja has 170 attack for 1, but this has 270 and 100. Urshifu VMAX would have 370 attack, and Greninja would only have 170 attack. So let's say we have 3 players, and these are the 3 cards that come out. Urshifu VMAX has 330, while Greninja has 310, and Exeggutor has 300. Obviously, the most hit points is Urshifu VMAX, then Greninja, then Alolan Exeggutor. The second thing you look at is the attack. So Urshifu VMAX has 370 total attack, Greninja has 170 total attack, and Alolan Exeggutor has 150 total attack. For this hand, Urshifu VMAX would win because it has the most hit points and the most attack, so it would get a first place in this hand. Greninja would come in second because it has more hit points and it has more attack, so this is an easy example to see a very clear first, second, and third. You would then put them in a pile next to your deck, saying, this came in first, this came in second, and this one came in third. Once you've gone through all 10 cards, then whoever has the most first place wins that round. And the first to 3 round wins the game. Here's where it can get really interesting, because if you have a deck full of EXs and you put this in your deck against a deck full of EXs, you have this safeguard ability for the Sylveon. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX. Once you get the math side down of it, if you want to introduce a little bit more of the TCG, you can put this in there and start to work with abilities, and it becomes more of a math plus TCG conditions, if you will. I hope you do play this game. It's a lot of fun, and if you have any questions about it, leave it in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.